All right, today we're learning all the secrets in one of the most slept on keys on ukulele, the key of D, okay? So, first of all, what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn all the chords in the key of D, then we're gonna learn some cool things you could do with them, right? There's gonna be 7 notes in the key of D. You don't have to remember all these right now, but we've got D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, and C sharp, okay? All of those notes are gonna become chords, so let's run through the chords. First of all, we're gonna go D major. Also, I'm using this Journey Instruments J-uke, affiliate link in the description. Only $99 for a limited time, but we're starting out with this 2-2-2 open, okay? Now, we're going to do 2 different voicings of it. First of all, this is going to be, like I said, 2-2-2 open. The second voicing is going to be 2-2-2-5. Okay, so it's a good one to practice your reach right here if you want to get your pinky in the game. One of my favorite ones is doing this. From 5 to 4, so 2-2-2-4. D major 7, always a replacement of D major, but you'll usually see it like this, 2-2-2 open. If you can't get that open string down, that is totally cool, right? If it's being muted like that, that's fine, that's the gist of it, okay? So that's the first chord in the key, that's the parent note of the key of D, so that's the 1 chord, all right? Now what comes after 1 is 2, the 2 chord is going to be E. The 2 chord on any key is always E minor. It's always a minor chord. This one happens to be an E root note because E comes after D. So 2 chords are going to look like this, right? Open, 4, 3, 2. A little staircase action. So 1, 2. The first secret that we're going to do is make sure to use this chord voicing if we're going from here to here, because you can keep your ring finger locked in to that second string, right? So now I've got middle ring pinky, 2-2-2, and then when I go down here, I can switch like that, right? So this is gonna anchor me to the fretboard to go to that 2 chord, E minor. Okay, what comes after E and F? This happens to be a sharp in this key, right? So we're just gonna do the exact same shape, just 2 frets higher. This is gonna be F sharp minor, the 3 chord, okay? So, D major, E minor, F sharp minor. Now you may notice that if you get this open string in this chord, kind of rubs against each other, dissonant. So, the 2 things you can do is either not play that string, just get the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, or pop your ring finger to that 1st string and have your pinky hold down the 2nd string. So now it's 6, 6, 5, 4. Now you can also use this as the E minor chord, just a different voicing. Really not much of a difference there, right? And again, same chord, but there's the F sharp minor, okay? Now this is where we get something interesting. This could be our first secret that we do, right? The 4 chord in this key, D, E, F sharp, G, is G major, all right? 4 chord is always major in a key. Now you may already know a G major chord voicing on a ukulele, open 2, 3, 2. So we can play all the chords in order like that. The 1 chord, the 2 chord, the 3 chord, and the 4 chord. Okay? But what I want to do is I want to continue in that ascending pattern that we just did to do the D, E minor, F sharp minor, like that, and to talk about how we can make this a G major chord this way. Okay, this is the first secret. So first of all, the lowest string, or the first string actually on a ukulele, is a G, right? G, C, E, A, giant children, E, animals. So this is the root note of the chord that we're looking for. Now, if you notice, the minor chords all look like this, right? There's that same shape where it's like a staircase, ring, finger, middle finger, pointer finger. So this is just a minor chord shape, all right? The interesting thing about a minor chord as compared to a major chord is the note in the middle, the 3rd of a minor chord, is flat compared to a major chord, right? So for instance, if we just looked at this D major chord, right, but lost that 1st string, we would have this 2-2 open, right? So now it's really the same shape. You kind of see how there's a 1 space or a 2 space difference between there. If we made this here, there's D major, D minor, and this shape is that same staircase that we use for E minor and F sharp minor, okay? So we can actually turn a minor chord into a major chord just by taking that first stair step in that staircase shape and then going 1 fret higher. So we can apply that to the next chord, which is a half step up. So this would be G minor. Put your pinky finger right there. So now it's 7, 7, 5. And then there's another voicing of a G major chord, right? So what's really cool is this could come in handy if you're doing something in order, like a 1, 2, 3, 4. In the key of D would be D, E minor, F sharp minor, G. And notice my ring finger is stuck to that position the entire time I want to do it. See how my ring finger just leads the way on all these different chords? And then goes back to 1. Okay, so that's just the 1, 2, 3, 4. Time to get to the 5 chord in this key, right? D, E, F sharp, G, A. A is the 5 chord, A is really easy. 2, 1, open, open. Now we could also continue up the pattern that we were just doing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, just do it way up here. So instead of 7, 7, 5, it's 9, 9, 7. So this is another A major chord that we could use, but again, that could be more of context. The thing is, once you start getting this high on a uke, you're getting really almost just all kind of high-end energy, which sometimes you want that. See that A chord sounds, in most cases, contextually probably sounds better down here, right? But that's the next one. And then we're going to go to the 6th chord in this key, B minor. Some people have a hard time with B minor because it is a bar chord most of the time. But it's just like the same thing with the A. Right, here's A major. Chop your pointer finger off. It's A minor. If we just move this 2 frets higher and then bring the open strings with us, we end up with 4, 2, 2, 2. And that's going to be a B minor. Cool thing about this is if this is too hard to do, which again is kind of tricky sometimes for a B minor chord, we can just get rid of this first string and then just get 2, 2, 2. And that also counts as B minor, which you could also do the same thing with a D major to a B minor and use that same shape, right? There's another little secret trick right there. 1 to the 6 chord. 1 chord, 6 chord. Again, if you get that open string, it changes basically the fundamental makeup of the chord, but it's not necessarily a bad thing because that's in our key, right? So that's the 6th chord. Now the 7 chord is going to be a C sharp diminished actually. So it doesn't get a whole lot of play, but it's definitely worth talking about. The first thing that I would recommend kind of looking at is this guy right here versus open 1, 3. So you have a G, there's our C sharp, and then the 3rd fret on the E string, right? E, F, F sharp, G. And that's always going to lead you back home to D. To go even further, again, this is a C sharp chord, C sharp half diminished chord is the name of it, the 7 chord in the key. We might want to double up on the C sharp, right? Remember there's a regular C chord, 4th fret there. So now it's open 1, 3, 4. Crunchy type chord. But it always resolves, it points you back home to D. Another really cool thing that you could do is do that 2nd crunchy version and then do that 2nd D major chord voicing that we learned where your pinky is on the 5th fret there, because this is leading you higher, right? That C sharp so badly wants to go home to D that it just sounds better when you end on that one as compared to maybe the 2, 2, 2 open one, right? So a lot of stuff going on here. Let's recap all the chords real quick. We have the 1 chord, D major, 2 voicings of it, right? Back and forth. can make it a major 7 chord like that. Then to the 2 chord E minor, the 3 chord F sharp minor, then the 4 chord G, or here, remember 2 voicings. The 5 chord is A major, 6 chord B minor, the 7 chord is that nasty one, C sharp half diminished. Okay, so once you get those down, start experimenting with any different positions you want, any different combination of numbers, right? 1, 4, 5 is definitely the most popular one. So that would be D, G, A, or like a 1, 4, 5, 6 is really popular to you. D, G, A, B, B minor, and then D. But all of them are going to sound right. They're all going to stay in the key. The word for that is diatonic, right? Just using the notes in one key. Which, that's all the secrets in the key of D. Once you know all those notes, you can do anything you want and then just come up with different combinations. Maybe start adding notes that we know are in the key. Like remember that 4th fret? That's that C sharp in the key. That's that 7th note. We could add that to any of these chords. Let's do a major with a C sharp. Adding an extra C sharp actually, right? We could add it to the D chord. We add it to a G major chord. We add it to a B minor chord. And especially when you just take one note and add it to something as you keep going, you just get some interesting sounds, and that single note kind of glues together the sound and makes it sound like you know what you're doing, when really you're just kind of focusing on one note and then adding it to all the chords that you know. So anyways, that's it for the secrets of the key of D major today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section, Instagram, or the website. I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.